All right, I think we'll get started first with Linda Kantner. Linda Kantner is a longtime St. Paul resident who appreciates the many stories the city has to tell. As a social worker, she sees the strengths in the broken, the beauty, and the beleaguered, the humor in all of it. Please welcome Linda.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm going to read a story about a boy I know. It's called A Boy at School. There's a 5-year-old boy named Chester in St. Paul.
Get closer to the mic.
Okay. There's a 5-year-old boy named Chester in St. Paul. When he says his name, older people say, Gunsmoke. But he doesn't know why. He doesn't talk much, and he never talks at school. He's too worried about his mom. He should be with her, but she says he can't. If he doesn't go to school, she can't find a job, and if she doesn't find a job, they can't get a house, and if they don't get a house, well, her voice gets quiet. They can't stay in the shelter forever. Chester takes the minivan from the shelter to school in Frogtown. Before that, he wakes up in a room that he shares with his mother and his older sister and brother. Chester's mother says that his brother and sister are well behaved and helpful. She says she doesn't know what's gotten into him. He won't get on the van without a fight, and he kicks off his shoes, and he tries to bite anyone who touches him. He cries like he will never see his mom again, because that's what he imagines. It wouldn't be the first time. She has a problem with drinking, and when she starts, she forgets that Chester needs gym shoes, and that he needs to work on his S's, that he comes home from school at 4:45 and needs to be met by an adult at the van. She has found the program now, and she's taking it one day at a time. She tells Chester, easy does it. It scares him when she slips into this new voice. It reminds him of her drinking voice. Not that they're the same, but that they aren't his real mom. The drinking voice says, come here, sweetie, and then she rubs his blonde crew cut until his head gets sore. But until then, it's nice. Chester keeps his mouth shut at school. Answers bring more questions, and his talking has always caused trouble before. He didn't know it was bad to say that his dad slept in their room at the shelter, but it got them kicked out for a while. When the teacher asks if he brought his reading books back, Chester doesn't answer. The teacher wouldn't like to hear that a can of Coke got spilled on Puppy Paul and his mom tried to dry it with a hairdryer, but it will never look the same. Chester doesn't answer when the lunch lady asks if he wants something called jicama, or bean sprouts, or pomegranate for lunch. Are those things even food? The lunch lady says he has to try a fruit or vegetable. He nods his head when she points to lettuce, but he won't eat that. He grabs ketchup for his pizza. Everything is better with ketchup. He squeezes in next to the other kids on the long lunchroom table. He can't get his milk box open by himself, but his teacher knows this and helps him. He can get through the day without speaking, but when he gets off the bus at the shelter and sees his mom, he runs to her, shoots to her like a bullet. He imagines himself as Gunsmoke. He almost knocks her down. He has everything to say. Did she get a job? Is she going to be a school teacher or a bus driver or work at McDonald's like before? Does she have any money? Did she look for a house? Can they get their cat back? His school day is forgotten. He listens for the drinking voice and the program voice. He climbs up her body like a squirrel up a tree. He will never let her go.